Okay, so this is my first attempt at producing a video tutorial. It's on Fusion 360 and I'm by no means an expert. In fact, I'm a complete novice, so you'll just have to bear with me. I started using Fusion 360 because I bought a 3D printer and wanted to try and make things, but I've got no CAD experience whatsoever. So everything that I've learned up to date has come from YouTube and mainly from Lars Christensen. So thanks to Lars for that one. Okay, so in the words of Angus from Maker's Muse, let's get started. The project started as an attempt to make some new thumb wheels for the bed levelling on my 3D printer. And I thought, well, I wonder if I could put a knurled pattern on the edge of the thumb wheel. So let's try. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sketch by clicking on the top left hand corner. I usually do my sketches on the bottom plane, so you're basically working on the bed of your 3D printer and working upwards. Next I'm going to draw a centre diameter circle, so I'll go and click the tool up in the top left. Let the crosshair snap to the centre point of the drawing, click and drag out, and with the dialog box in blue, change the diameter to 25mm and hit enter. I'm just going to expand the view of the circle to make it a little bit easier to draw. Next thing I'm going to do is create another centre diameter circle inside of this one. So again, let the crosshair snap to the centre point, click and drag out, and this time change the diameter to 15mm and hit enter. Next I'm going to extrude the outer circle up to 10mm. So to do that, first thing we do is hit Q on the keyboard, and this brings us the press pull menu, and it's asking us to select something. So I'm going to select the outer circle, and when I've selected that, the extrude menu pops up. If I just swivel the diagram around a little bit, you can see that the arrow is going upwards, so I can click and drag this up or down, or alternatively I can just put the measurement that I want into the dialog box, which is going to be 10mm, hit enter, and there we have it. So we've now got an extruded circle. Now for the clever bit, we're going to create the knurled pattern on this face. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to swivel the diagram upwards so that we can see the bottom. I'm going to go and click create and choose coil from the drop down menu. Then I'm going to select this face, and then it's asking for me to select a center point. So I'm going to let the crosshair snap to the center, click and drag outwards, and I'm going to change the diameter to 25mm, which is the outer diameter of the big circle, and then I'm going to hit enter. As soon as I've hit enter, the coil dialog box appears on the right hand side. So if we have a look, it's asking the profile for the face. The type is revolution and height. The diameter we've set at 25mm. Now the revolutions we're going to change to 0.25, which is basically a quarter around the circle. The height is going to be the height of the extrusion, which is 10mm. In fact, no, it's not, because if you look, the arrow's pointing down, so I have to change that to -10 to make that go in the right direction. Forget the angle, The section is triangular on the inside, internal. The section position is on the inside. And the section size I'm going to make 1 millimeter. If it catches up, change that to 1 millimeter and click OK. And now if I swivel the diagram around, you'll see that we've got a cut through the outer face. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mirror this cut. So I'm just going to slide it up slightly so we can see both faces when we come to do the mirroring. I'm going to go up and click Create. From the drop down menu I'm going to choose Mirror. And then it's asking the type. Yep, it's faces, that's correct. Select. Now it's saying select the object, so I'm going to select the two faces here. Click once, twice, so those two have turned blue, which means they're selected. And then I've got to select the plane that I want to mirror. So if I just swivel this around slightly, I'm going to choose this plane to the left here. Click it and click OK, and now you'll see that I've mirrored that pattern. So now to create the knurled effect, I'm going to create a circular pattern of those two cuts. So I go up to Create, slide down to Pattern and across to Circular Pattern. And the dialog box pops up, and again it's asking what type. Yep, so it's faces again. Now I've got to select the objects that I want to create the pattern with. So this time I'm going to create the 4 faces. 1, oops, wrong one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I should have expanded that slightly to make it easier for me. Now I'm just going to swivel the drawing down, because the next thing I've got to choose the axis that I want to create the pattern around. So if I click axis over on this side, let the mouse hover over that center axis and choose it, and then how many patterns do I want? Well, you can have as many as you want. I'm going to choose 32 for this. Okay, and then I'm going to click OK. Now this takes a fair bit of processing time, because it's got to calculate all those faces. So you're going to get this black box appearing over there and the not responding thing. My laptop's a bit slow anyway, but I'm going to let it run so that you'll see how long it takes to create the actual pattern. Sit here in silence for a minute or two. And there we have it. So if we spin it round, I've now created a knurled pattern on that face. I'm going to turn this now into a thumb wheel, but I'll do that on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.